Hello and welcome back to the Honourably and an edition of Smackdown Out of 10. It's a big episode of Smackdown today because obviously we got all of the fallout from Summerslam last weekend and lots on it. Obviously Cody Rhodes becoming the new champion, Brock Lesnar returning. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into things. And after a quick recap of what happened at the show in the main event, Cena made his way out doing his babyface routine. There were loud chants for the former champ as he spoke into the camera. Cena spoke about how the audience is the show and put the fans over, cementing his babyface turn. He was definitely sucking up a bit to get the crowds going, but it was the kind of thing Cena can get away with. The former champion got a little emotional when the crowd chanted "Thank you, Cena." He switched gears and said Lesnar can come find him if he wants to fight. Logan Paul then came out and said Cena is making him sick the way he's acting. The social media star says he wants a match with Cena, but he wants it at Clash in Paris. Cena was then blindsided by Drew McIntyre. They stomped him into the mat until Cody made the save. Cena accepted Paul's challenge, but he also suggested a tag match tonight. While it's pretty paint by numbers, it got loud crowd reaction and set up a fun main event. So yeah, not against it. The first match was the Motor City Machine Guns versus JC Mateo and Talatonga. Obviously MCMG looking to bounce back from the SummerSlam loss, but obviously a tough challenge. Mateo is the wildest member of the MFT and Tonga is the tallest, so they dwarfed their opponents. Alan Solo and Tonga at ringside, and the Guns were at a huge disadvantage. And with Sabin and Shelley having worked all over the world, it's not the first time they faced these two men. Even with experience on their side, they were the underdogs. The first half was a bit on the slow side, but the heels had the upper hands. Once the Guns started building momentum, their fast-paced style of offense made the match more exciting. Tonga scored the winner with a big choke down to Sabin. It's too bad that it happened at the expense of the Guns, but it's good that WWE is giving them some wins to build them up a bit. So yeah, on the whole, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It was then Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa. Zayn got a warm welcome from the Quebec crowd for this one. The former Bloodline teammates wasted no time getting into action. They were traded punches shortly after they first made contact, and particularly Sikoa's crew gave him some assistance when Tonga took Zayn down with a clothesline while the ref was distracted. Zayn began making a comeback when we reached a break. He ran through most of the signature offense, but the rest of the MFT started getting involved to keep Zayn occupied while Sikoa recovered. The Street Champ missed the Samoan Spike and Zayn rolled him out for the quick pin, much to the delight of the Montreal crowd. This is a solid match with a somewhat surprising outcome, but yeah, I think probably quite an intriguing outcome as well. So on the whole, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Before Charlotte Flair brought Alexa Bliss to the ring to help celebrate their title win and Alexa's birthday, she gave Bliss a doll to Billy's Lily's tag partner, a blonde doll named Charlie. Chelsea Green interrupted them and it led to Nick Aldis booking Charlotte v Chelsea. The match got started after break and saw the Queen take control of these. Green took a breather at ringside and hung Flair up on the rope to take over. This match got more competitive as it went, but it never felt like Green stood a real chance. Even with Alba Fyre and Niven at ringside, she was outmatched. The Queen ended up stunning Green face into the cake she brought for Alexa. This allowed her to put the figure 8 in and get the win. It was basically designed for comedy, not really stone stealing. Yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. This week's main event was obviously that tag match set up, Cena and Rhodes taking on Paul and McIntyre. The match didn't get going until there was only 10 minutes left in the show, so we know it wouldn't have very long. Paul and Rhodes started with their teams as chants for Cody filled the arena. The 10-minute time was cut shorter by a break, so it never felt like we got as much from what could have been a big match here. Paul ended up causing a DQ, hitting Cena with a low blow. They fought to the backstage area, leaving Rhodes and McIntyre to continue fighting in the ring. The Scottish Warrior hit Rhodes with the WWE title, which is a good indication of where we're heading next. The show ended with McIntyre kicking Rhodes so hard he went through the announce table. So yeah, set up the next feud, but I just felt like we could have done more with it. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. And overall Smackdown this week gets a 5 out of 10 from me. It did kind of little work to set up Clash in Paris, but other than that, it was pretty forgettable. Lots of mediocre stuff, including the main event, which wasn't great, but I'm intrigued by some of the tag matches. I thought Miss City Machine Guns match was decent, so yeah. Guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.